Next thing I would like to go over is chopping angles, and this is what I found worked best for me with my tracker knives. With my Tops T1 tracker, the sweet spot seems to be almost on top of the quarter round. This knife here, this is the Origin STV, it's much further forward and I much prefer that. And saying that, it's got a much larger chopping area. Let's start off with sweet spots then. So when you've got the knife in the mid grip or the foregrip up here, the sweet spot is the spot when you hit a piece of wood that it consistently hits on the same point on the cutting edge each time. Now the further your hand goes forward on the knife, the closer the sweet spot comes to you, and the further your hand goes to the rear, the further the sweet spot moves away from you towards the tip. So bear that in mind when you are chopping. So when you've got it in the mid grip like so, you'll probably find on this knife it'll be here, in this spot here. I'll just show you what I mean. So I'll come in here, there we go, and you can see where the mark is, right where I said it'd be. Now if I move my hand forward, I'll change the sweet spot and it'll come closer to the quarter round. Right, and if I move it to the rear, bring it up, there you can see where it's hitting now here. So bear this in mind, the further your hand is to the rear, the further the sweet spot will be away from you. The closer the hand is to the cutting edge, the closer the sweet spot will come to you. Okay, or towards you should I say. Now for cutting angles, what I find, if this is the knife coming in at 90 degrees, so here's our 90 degrees here, okay, and if I had to go halfway between that, that's 45, and what I find between 45 and 30 degrees, say up another 15, up to about this angle, is about the optimum angle I find for chopping. Okay, if it comes down closer to the 45, it's not as effective. Another thing I like to do is angle my stick also when I come to chopping, and it makes it easier to come through the stick when you're actually chopping it. There's the 90, there's the 45, and I like to come up slightly more, lean my stick away in the rear grip, and we come. There we go. One hit there, round. So if you look at it like this, I'm holding in camera here, or in frame. So I'd like to hit about this angle. There you go. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out with cutting angles. So anything from the 45 up to 30, I find the optimum cutting angle with the chopping section on a tracker knife. And remember what I say is about the sweet spot, the further the hand is to the rear, the further the sweet spot moves forward towards the tip. Okay, the closer it comes, the closer it will come to you. So bear that in mind.